Hi there, good morning. As you can see from my hat, it's no longer winter, and I'm happy to say that we won't have any more snow, probably. Hi there, Sven, good to see you. There's a little bit of wind noise, but I'm moving into the woods now, walking down to the sea, and yeah, I have the rest of the day off. So it's now, I think, about 9:30 in the morning here in Norway. I've done my writing. I exceeded my daily. As you know, I have this. I work. I have a system. I write 1,000 words every day, and yeah, I wrote more than that this morning, and now I have the rest of the day off, which is great. And hello to everyone joining the live stream. Good to see you all. Martik from Prague, we say. And Tassus World is here as well. Little bit of an update on the whole situation with the virus. No, I shouldn't be making jokes about that, but I don't know if you know this, but YouTube has decided to demonetize all videos mentioning the coronavirus, except those from authoritative sources, which is a joke, of course. It's but anyway, I'm going to talk a little bit about that. Anyway, it's the way I see it. You have two dangerous mindsets. Don't worry, this is not going to be a rant about the whole situation or anything like that, but let's see. Yeah, so I'm going to try to be brief. Two dangerous mindsets. First, you have the panic mindset, and you view everything as much more worse, more dramatic than it really is. That mindset might lead you to make some stupid mistakes and rash decisions. And then you have a more widespread, at least in Norway, a more widespread mindset that is equally dangerous. It's the mindset where it's like these people who are virtue signaling. It's the same mechanism, I believe. It's like, no, we're not afraid of this, or we are so cool about everything, and we are not stupid people who will. We won't panic, and it's all the other people, and Norwegians. They like to point at the Americans are so stupid, and it's very silly. It's very arrogant, and it's very silly, and to do that, and that mindset actually led to very sloppy routines at at the hospital, the main hospital in Oslo, the capital of Norway, which again led to the virus spreading in the hospital because they had employees there who had the virus, who were not tested, and now they a whole part of the hospital has been closed off and quarantined. So there you go, you know. In my video about the virus on this channel, I said that stock up on some food, buy, if you haven't already, buy the things that you might need, you know. Worst case, if you don't need it, you can eat the food, okay? So that's not being stupid, that's not being dramatic, that's just sensible. So if you haven't already, then go and buy some extra food for you and your family. And if you need the medicines, you know, make sure that you have enough of that. Yeah. So, sorry, that was a hair from my mustache that found its way in my mouth. Look at this tree behind me. It's not very common, this tree. And I can't remember the English name right now. But it's I like this tree. It's very, I think it's very old. So you don't normally see those trees in the woods here. Yeah, let me show you the what's above me now. This is a tiny piece of woodland, but it's beautiful. I'll turn the camera around. I think it's very beautiful here. And yeah, so I like to walk this way and down to the beach. Now my little yacht my little yacht it has stayed on water this winter, so it's everything is ready for me to go sailing, and I will wait only a few more days, and then I will go sailing. The reason why I'm waiting for a few more days is that I just want to make sure that we don't get any more temperatures below freezing, because when I go sailing I use my engine, and then the engine spits out anti-freeze when I start up the engine, you know. So no, the tree back there was not a birch tree. A beech is the word, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, so yeah, there's a beeping sound somewhere. I don't know if you can hear it. I think it's from a boat. Sometimes it's that sound signals that there is someone who is going to blast out a part of the hill behind me here. Beech tree, yes. Did it look like a beech tree? I'm not so good with those names in English. Anyway, yeah, so I'm going to have to watch my step a little bit. Look at that. If this tree falls down from the wind, I'll be down here and sawing that off, and that will be a great bowl. I'm getting slowly into carving. It's very effective to get rid of, stressful thoughts. Some people do yoga. My wife, she does yoga, and she said, well, why don't you join us for yoga? And I'm like, no, that's not for me. I like to do other things, there is a reason, by the way, why I think that yoga is like, it's like 99% women who do that. I like to sit and do carving. What's this sound now? Can you hear that? It's an engine. I'm getting curious now. While I walk down to the beach, I'll do a bit of complaining. I know some of you, not many, some of you have said that you shouldn't be complaining. Well, I will when I want to on this channel. So I have a hernia from many years ago that was never treated, because when I got it, it's very small. When I got it, I didn't know what it was, and I had so many other aches and pains. Back then, when I was competing, like on national and international level in powerlifting. So a few days ago, I did some deadlifting, and not heavy. It's very embarrassing. Not heavy. But then I got a little, bump on in my lower abdomen. I think that's what they call it. So now I have to go, and it doesn't hurt now. I kind of pushed whatever made the bump. I pushed it back in, so now it's okay. But I don't want to lift heavy objects right now until they've sorted out what's wrong, and if they give me a green light to lift heavy objects again, I will do it. Well, I probably will do it anyway, but I'm actually going to do something today that I thought I would never do. It's very noisy. Yeah, it was actually, that happened on the day when the whole coronavirus panic took off in Norway. That day. Worst day of the year. Well, ever. Worst day ever. But I actually bought gloves yesterday. Like full gloves that I don't want to say what we used to call them back in, us powerlifters, what we used to call them, those gloves, but it's very rude. But I bought gloves because right now I can't get any proper training done in my home gym because it's all free weights. So yeah, J.S. Hansen says work on core strength to prevent hernias. I know, and I've been lazy. I know that's what I have to do. So I'm actually going to commercial gym, and I'm going to use gloves, and I'm going to be in those machines, and just so that I can get some lifting done. Okay. So it's embarrassing. The gloves, obviously, because I don't want to touch things in public right now. That's why I'm going to wear gloves, and it's, yeah, as I said, embarrassing. I'm going to quickly walk past. I think it's sorry. I know what it was. It was, do you want to guess what made the sound? I'm going to tell you. It was a leaf blower. A leaf blower. Behind me is I think the summer house, which is, it's a big mansion, but it's actually a summer house of a very rich man, and he doesn't live there himself. So, but he has servants living there. That's, yeah, but it's the truth. So okay, let's take a look at the sea. If you let's now. Hi there. Good morning. Yes. Now I'm going to show you something else. This is plastic. That's plastic, and it's a lot. And it's usually, yes, it's usually like this. When you look at what the pieces of plastic, it's very obvious to me where it comes from, because it's parts of fishing. It's the fishing industry mostly. So you'll have a lot of pieces of nets, and yeah, so that's, I think that is the main cause of the pollution. Yeah. Now I'm not going to show you the boat, my boat in this live stream, but if you go to my main channel and you scroll down many videos down, I have a couple of videos from my boat, sailing videos, but I plan to do more of those. I plan to do more of those very soon. Now it starts up the leaf blower again. Okay. Now this is not the place where I jumped in the water after I finished my, was that the last book? I think it was. It's the, that was over there at the other side of the bay. Yeah. Very annoying, that sound. Okay, so what I'm going to do is we'll just walk across the beach and get away from the sound. Okay. So I am, you know, I've gotten a lot of criticism after I made the video where I criticized the whole Greta Thunberg, and the whole panic thing there, Extinction Rebellion and all that nonsense, because that's not the way to do it. I'm old enough to remember nature conservatism, how to conserve nature and why that matters, and why, you know, it used to be like nature has a value in itself, and all living things have a value. They deserve, you know, to live. If I'm not wording this correctly right now, I'm walking. I have to. People live in these houses here, but then it changed, and it became very, you know, the focus changed, and now it's like, what can I say? We have to do this because of humans, and that actually matters when it changes the focus, because then it suddenly makes sense to destroy entire wildlife areas with windmills, giant windmills, because those people, they don't mind if the eagles are killed. They don't mind, because they can say that, well, we're using clean energy now. Well, if they had gotten out of the cities and hiked up there and looked at the ground instead of on their phones. The irony is that I'm looking at my phone now, but you know what I mean. Then they would have seen dead animals, and they would have seen that this is not the way to go, you know. So I think we kind of want the same, but then again we don't, because yeah, well, I think that's a long discussion. Yeah, and Chuck Robinson says environmentalism is the new religion. It has all the features of a religion, and when it becomes a religion, then you have dogma as well, and you don't want to listen to reason, you don't want to listen to you don't want any discussion, and that's when you're talking about something as important as our environment and nature. I think that's not that's a very dangerous attitude. I found something interesting now. I'll have to be careful when I stoop down. If it's not rotten, can you see what it is? It's a burl from a birch tree. If it's not rotten, I'll use it for carving. The ocean gave me this. So if it's rotten in the middle, I can still use it. I'm very happy. I'm a happy man now. This is burr or burl. So it has probably drifted in from that's Skagerrak out there. Drifted in here, the beach. We go swimming here. All the all the little kids they come here and this is the local beach. This beach here and over there, and it's small beaches here. They are separated by these lines of rock, almost like in Britain, in England they have that. Very happy. Let me know if you have any experience with. I've never worked with a burr, so let me know. Some very nice words there, thank you. But let me know if, should I wait until it's dried or should I just start carving as it is? I don't have a lathe, but I have hook knives and stuff like that. Yeah. So wait until it's dried or dry it out first, as Katie Burke. This is not a leaf blower, it's a saw, electric saw. Because I've heard both that you should use it, let it dry first, dry out slow, okay. That seems to be, a wooden coffee mug. I am working on one actually. I have high hopes that it won't crack and that it won't leak like the first one I made. Okay, dry it out, yes. I think that's what I will do. Find somewhere. I want to sit down. I can sit here. Yes. My boat is over there, waiting. What are the beaches like in Norway? I'll show you. Typically they look like this. And now we have geese coming. A gift, well, that would be very nice. A bowl or a spoon. It's I must say I'm a very lucky man. Not because I found this, yes, because I found this as well, but But I'll stand here. You guys are sending me gifts now and then, and that's extremely nice of you. So, you know, I have always a need for wooden spoons and cups and bowls, stuff like that. Migrant boats? No, we don't get migrant boats up here. But well, there is a situation that might arise. I'll keep you up to date on that. Yeah, you know, Viking camp stuff, and we will have a Viking camp actually at the end of this month, and so yeah, you can send me an email if you go to the info page. There's an email address there. If you and the postal address is, you don't have to send me an email actually. The postal address is there on the info page. Hi there, Neil. Glad to have you here. Smell of skunks. Well, thank you. I'm trying to read the comments, and well, thank you. I think this is a very positive community. Yeah. Do icebergs float into the bay? No. But you know, I guess that's actually physically possible. But I don't think, you know, if that happened here, it would be all over the news. I don't think it has ever happened in recent history. But this bay here, when the winters were colder, I can remember actually just, you know, only a few years ago, it was covered in ice up to not all the way out, of course, but it was covered in ice. Yeah. I think the top here is rotten, but the bottom is maybe not rotten, so yeah, I have high hopes for this one. Yeah. So, what's coming up on the main channel? Well, I don't know right now. I don't know. I have some long-term plans, but well, I guess I'll think of something, you know. Tassos World says you can probably get a nice bowl out of it. Yeah. Standing, you know, like if I take off the top here, I'll have a bowl, I guess. So yeah, but anyway, spring is here, and you know, maybe I'll just make a video out in the woods, sharpening my knives and axes. Yes, I could actually make a video about that, but I don't feel that I'm an expert on sharpening knives and axes. I know how to do it, but it's like the professionals, they have their tricks, and they know exactly how to do it. But we'll see. We'll see. yes, okay. I think that's all for now. I'm off to, I'll walk back home, and then I'm off to training, embarrassingly enough, because of the virus, in a commercial gym with gloves on. Don't tell anyone. But that's the way it is. Okay. Thanks for joining the live stream, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.